Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Roomba of Thought. It is February 16th. Give me a second everyone. Alright, say hello goobers.
Why hello.
Okay, everyone just jumped into it. Alright. So, how was everyone's week?
Good.
Certainly the week of all time.
It's certainly a week. Yeah. That is most definitely a mood. Anything of note?
Just keeping it together with what's been going on for me personally.
I mean, my grandma's out of the hospital.
Good.
Yeah, they were really worried last Friday. They thought we were losing her Friday. Last Friday, not this week's Friday. So my dad and my mom went north to be with her. She got better. Yesterday they gave her the medical, oh, you can go home now type of thing. And yeah, she's now in her house, in bed, resting. I also went to an event on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, yes. Which was basically a let us help you find a job or at least get job interviews. And also there's like classes about how to perform better for finding a job and getting that job. There's pictures on the website from it, and I'm in some of them, but you either cannot see my face because I'm backwards, or you cannot see my face because of the angle of the picture, and you can see like part of my hoodie. I really did pull out, look Gary, I'm right there!
It's the adults from the Charlie Brown cartoon.
It's the Mike Wazowski.
I was also thinking Mike Wazowski when this like. Yeah. But apart from that, I've been mostly home with my sister and my brother. They left yesterday, because my sister was going to spend. My sister left Friday night to be with her boyfriend. Oh yeah, my sister now has a boyfriend apparently. I discovered it a while ago, but it was confirmed to me not that long ago. And my brother always goes to visit her girlfriend at the capital for the weekend. So I was home alone most of the day until my parents came home.
Just Home Alone, not Home Alone 2. That way you don't get Mango Mussolini's cameo.
And also, I'm not in a hotel, I'm in a house, so...
I think the first one was also set in his house.
No, the second one, he's, like, lost in a hotel.
It's the second one, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was
First one,
saying.
he's in his house.
Yeah. I think we're gonna make things mixed up. But, yeah, That's mostly been my week. I've had to make myself dinner, like, nearly every day. And lunch a couple
Banana
days. Hmm?
I made banana bread.
I just ate
Nice.
a muffin and a...
I like banana
and-
bread.
I just ate a muffin and a brownie.
Sir?
The Muffin Man.
No, muffin.
The muffin was a blueberry muffin, and the brownie was just chocolate brownie.
Nice.
Have you ever had blonde brownies before?
You mean blondies?
That, if that's what you call them.
Yeah. Yes, that's like the done with white chocolate brownies. Those are called blondies. Yeah.
No, it's like a swirl of chocolate brownie with like regular vanilla cake in the brownie.
Oh no, then no.
Marbled, I guess. They're very good.
How did they manage to get like
Unless
swirl
you-
ice cream in a brownie?
Unless you're talking about like fosquitos.
Not vanilla ice cream, like vanilla cake.
Yeah, I know, but like the swirl effect that like the swirl ice cream has.
Oh, so
They
what
did
you
it
do
with a
is,
brownie.
So what you'll do is you take like a scoop of the chocolate, put it in the pan, a scoop of the vanilla, put it in the pan. Keep doing that till all of the cake is in there. It's not gonna mix because it's so viscous. And then you just take a toothpick and make a quick little swirl. You can't mix it too much or you're gonna mix them both together.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's how you do the marbling effect. It's very fun. I did it with like red and green cake one Christmas.
Ah, the Christmas colors.
Yeah, it was fun. Looked absolutely horrendous, but I got the swirling right.
Darius, what about you?
My week or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was good. There was not much about it.
What about you, me?
So I guess that just leaves me then.
Yep.
And both.
Oh yeah, Bolt, you go first.
I kind of said it already.
Yeah,
Not too
No.
eventful, just trying to keep things
Yeah,
together
like I
with
thought
what's been
Bolt
going on
went.
with me.
Sorry, he never really talks, so I forget when he speaks.
Nah,
Question,
that's
did you
fair.
change your mic?
That's really fair.
Yeah, he's busy driving the Roomba.
Yeah, true.
Question, me.
It's in
Have you
there,
changed
the
your
little
mic or
cockpit.
something?
Huh?
Your mic sounds different today. Or am I just flipping?
It's the same microphone, but it
I
might
think
be
he's just
different
tired.
because no, I'm trying to be a bit quieter. Though my tone of voice might just be different. Yeah. So this week I have 2 different interviews scheduled coming up.
Nice.
Either one day and then I have to go to the other one the next day.
Mm-hmm.
However, the first one of those is in Oregon.
Oh dear.
Oh lord.
That's
Oh boy.
2
And
states away? No, that's 1 state
No,
away.
that's the next state over. However, it's the next state over the long way.
Oh no. So instead of going east, you go north? Question?
Yes.
Okay.
go straight north.
Yes. Luckily, as it turns out, the interview is with the county that my sibling goes to university in.
Hell yeah.
And it just so happens that this last weekend, my mother had already planned to pop up here to visit my sibling.
Ah, convenient.
Yes.
Extremely
So,
convenient, actually.
We coordinated. I have ridden up with her, and then after mom goes home, I'm gonna bum on my sibling's couch for a couple days. Before then, flying home, to then the next day travel up to Oakland for an interview there.
Oh boy.
Busy.
What day is your interview in Oakland?
Thursday.
Ooh.
Busy late.
So yeah.
You
So
come down for
currently
it.
I'm in a hotel, so on just my laptop instead of usually doing it in my room on my PC. Which if anything means there's probably less ambient noise because my PC is loud.
Valid.
Fair enough. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Especially once the PC starts putting off enough exhaust heat that the room gets warm, so the fans are like, oh, it's warm, we have to push harder. It sounds like a jet engine preparing for takeoff.
Ah yes, the sounds of my backpack shredding.
The trip up here was mostly uneventful. We only saw one Cybertruck.
Thank God.
Nice. Nature's healing.
We drove through the town of Weed.
Fantastic. Did they have weed stuff?
Yes. Pretty sure. I put a couple quotes in the quote channel from our trip through there.
Weed Airport.
Yeah, the Weed Airport. There's a billboard for the Weed Store, world famous T-shirts.
Weed next to exit. Next 3 exits. The weed store. World famous T-shirts. Weed airport. Weed airport. I think the weed airport's airport code is we. No, it's pot.
So I actually looked it up. What the Weed Airport's airport code is. And it's so small it doesn't have one of the 3-letter codes. It has just the FAA code.
Oh, so it's probably just one of those the ones that have
Yeah,
the
it's like
tiny-
it's a little municipal airport.
It's just like us for real, for real.
It was in the thing. You can with we and pot.
Yay! Speaking of just like us, I do want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll get to the Super Bowl, the Superb Owl.
No, the halftime show. Oh my god, that was amazing.
Oh yeah,
It was
which I've seen some even dumber drama apparently exists about it,
oh,
but we'll get to that.
Didn't they make Samuel L. Jackson into Uncle Sam?
yes.
That's
I
funny.
I will go into a breakdown for it briefly when we get there.
But other than lots of car, week was good. Luckily I didn't have to drive.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I did find though, the one thing I forgot to pack was my toothbrush.
Ah. Wow.
You can always
Yikes.
buy another toothbrush.
Yeah,
I know that
yeah.
the cheapest ones at Target are like $1.
Yeah. Yeah, so at least there's that. But the thing is, like, one of the things I did remember to pack was my retainer, but I'm specifically not using it because I don't want to get it filthy from putting it in my untoothbrushed mouth.
Valid.
Complicated.
Because what I didn't bring is the stuff to clean my retainer, because it's only gonna be a couple days. And I don't need to clean it every single day. So it's just the
Nothing bad
cleaning
about it.
supplies make it taste awful.
Yeah.
They, like, nah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
these days.
It's less disgusting to me than mint toothpaste, but
Get mint.
Yeah, how come adults don't get the fun flavors that kid toothpaste does?
Because
Yeah,
they're adults. They're
it's like
used to be. They're marketed as boring.
well, it's there are like proper toothpastes in the U.S. that have other flavors, but they're still usually the ones that are marketed to like teens, where it's like you're old enough to we can trust you to have fluoride in your toothpaste, but like you're still a kiddo, so we're gonna give you sparkle fun flavor.
I'm 16.
That's actually the one I use. Is that one?
That's funny as
Uh,
fuck.
I know in Japan, root beer is the default flavor for toothpaste,
What?
which is why root beer is really unpopular in Japan because everyone's like, this tastes like toothpaste. Because their toothpaste tastes like root beer.
That explains a lot in this story.
Which then leads into the question, why are there still things that are... Actually, that does kind of explain it, because all the things that like minty flavor, like, oh yeah, it's like gum to make your breath fresh, and like breath
Yeah,
mints that are all
and-
pseudo-hygiene.
I know that toothpaste used to be an unflavored thing, but people didn't feel like they were clean, so to give the effect that they were being cleaned out, they added mint.
It made it spicy.
Spicy toothpaste.
And that was
Which
after the-
honestly explains why I don't like it, because my spice tolerance is very non-existent.
Oh.
I think I have a pretty low spice tolerance, but like mint toothpaste is fine. It's the mint like mouthwash, like the strong ones that are
Oh.
burning inside of your mouth. That's my limit.
What should I say? I love
Look,
pain.
if I want to clean my mouth and make it have a burning sensation, just swish around a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Close enough.
For Valentine's Day, we got these little like chocolate balls filled with vodka,
Mm-hmm.
like a straight shot of vodka
Spit
inside,
it out, you.
and it feels like that.
I had vodka once. For my tooth.
You put me in a room, a rubber room.
It just felt like burning in my mouth. Because I had to hold it because it was like one of my back teeth is broken.
Ah.
And one very specific day, I was just seeing stars because it was like absolute agony. And my dad was like, put yourself, like, drink some vodka. Don't gulp it down. Just keep it in your mouth where the tooth is and then spit it out. I still don't know how I got to sleep that night well because, my god, I was just in absolute agony.
Probably have that looked at.
400 euros to fix it.
I thought you had healthcare over there.
Not everything's covered by it.
Damn. It's just like American healthcare insurance.
And fixing a tooth in a clinic, you know, costs money. Ooh, efficiency 4. Nice.
Wait, that costs money? And just in the clinic or in general when it comes to tooth doctor?
I think, I mean,
A dentist.
we go to a clinic because we know the owners and, you know, we trust them with shit. But yeah.
But you pay for it.
Yeah, but you have to pay for the fixing of the tooth.
Ah, okay. Okay.
He doesn't get it, but whatever.
Yeah, because he's from Austria. He actually has functioning healthcare.
I mean, we do too. Again, this is a private clinic.
I just go to the dentist basically, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a private.
Here in America, if you
dentist
have the
clinic.
government insurance, like the basic insurance, you get one tooth cleaning a year. And any emergencies that come up. Otherwise, it's not really covered.
Yeah, usually American healthcare insurance, like the default stuff, doesn't cover dental, doesn't cover your eyes. And even if it is covered, they'll dispute you and say it isn't.
Bullshit.
Because fuck you, that's why. Anyway, first thing on the idea box is the halftime show.
Okay.
The Superb Owl halftime show. Duolingo is dead.
Oh yeah, Duolingo's dead.
We'll get to that.
Fucking go. He vanished. He couldn't Spanish, so he vanished. Yes.
We'll get to that, don't worry.
last Sunday we were excited to see the Super Bowl halftime show, and then the Super Bowl halftime show happened, and oh my god, you know,
They did the thing.
and at the Super Bowl halftime show, Kendrick Lamar played several songs. He had Samuel L. Jackson show up as the U.S. and he played an unreleased song that has only been teased in the trailer for GNX, which is his most recent album. He played some hits such as Humble, DNA. Let me see if I can find the full set list because I'm blinking.
We love flaring in this household.
He started the song off with an unreleased song. He played Squabble Up, which is one of my personal favorites because it's so bouncy. Humble, which was released on his Pulitzer Prize winning album Damn. Also from that album, we have DNA.
Question, Mina. Is it written like damn? Or like D-A-M?
D-A-M-N.
Okay, damn. Okay.
Not
And
like
then-
Beaver Dam.
Damn.
Yeah.
A
and
Beaver
then
Dam was in the news this week.
Yes. The third song was super interesting. It was actually the first diss track he released on Drake, Euphoria,
Oh.
where he infamously said, "Don't tell no lies about me, won't tell no truths about you." Where he specifically warned Drake, "Do not bring family into this, because I know you did it with Pusha T." And then he fucking did it anyways.
And then he got absolutely fucking destroyed,
We poked
and
the bear.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar got 5 Pulitzers.
Yes.
It was 5
Pulitzer,
Grammys.
Grammy.
Oh,
Pulitzer Prize is a different prize.
sorry.
Yeah. So Euphoria is the one where he also says, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress." He even says, "I hate the way that you say the N-word." I guess some shit just cringeworthy. It didn't even gotta be deep, I guess. Which is like kind of calling out the fact that Drake has always had issues with his being biracial, being raised solely by his white Jewish mother. He also talks about how he's got better shit to do than battle Drake most of the time. Because, you know, Drake had that part where drop, it was a name. He's like, I have a son to raise, but you ain't know nothing about that. Waking him up, got nothing about that. Showing the morals, got know nothing about that. It was a whole thing. But the fact that that was the first diss track to drop in the middle of the Super Bowl was fucking funny.
And then it got better.
And then it got better. Man of the Garden is a super good song from GNX. If you haven't listened to it already, definitely recommend it. The main hook of the song is "I Deserve It All." So, you know, when you're feeling shit about yourself, listen to that song. Peekaboo was the one where they were inside of the X in the PlayStation controller like Stadium.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah, with the control.
Yes. But some people have actually started digging deeper into Peekaboo's performance.
The message behind it, yeah.
Yes. I mean, it already had a bigger message, which I'll go over in a little bit. But according to some internet conspiracists, the reason that Peekaboo was set inside of the X in the controller is because there is a rumor that Drake is somehow involved in the murder of the XXX Tentacion.
Oh, I didn't know
In
about that
mystery.
one.
Yeah, so that's happening.
Wait, what?
I don't know how. I didn't look
Wild.
much more into it, but there are some people that are just like, Kendrick knows and he's trying to leave breadcrumbs, which they could be overthinking. They could not be. I have no idea what they have on Drake.
They're probably overthinking given some of the other things I've heard about some people who had complaints about the halftime show.
Right. And then after that, we had Samuel Jackson come in, say, make some comments like, "No, too loud, too ghetto.
I love
Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game?" After calling the halftime show the Great American Game. And he also makes a comment about I see you brought your boys, the culture cheat code. After that, we have his song Luther with the beautiful artist SZA singing like a goddamn angel. I love SZA. Luther is also on GNX. It's very, very good. I'm just thinking about it. It's just such a good song. It's so pretty. SZA showing up in the red to complement his blue. So very good. Then they go into All of the Stars, which was famously from the Black Panther soundtrack. I don't know if you guys know this, but Kendrick Lamar actually executive produced most of the soundtrack for Black Panther.
That's
Oh, I didn't
cool.
know that.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe this was shortly after his own trip to Africa. Could be wrong. In which finally, Samuel Jackson comes up and he says, "See, nice, calm, quiet. That's exactly what we want. Now you're almost done, and don't mess this." And then he's immediately interrupted with the opening notes to Not Like Us. And the 4 muses, as I'm calling them, backup dancers who also do vocals, ask Kendrick if he's about to do it, and then he drops a new mini verse for Not Like Us, and then we go immediately into Not Like Us.
Damn.
He did
And the
omit to say
entire
that-
stadium.
Yes. At that point, we hear the entire stadium scream A minor.
It
A
happens.
stadium of over 50,000 people.
It fucking happened. man.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute cinema.
Absolute
He
cinema,
did have
let's
to
call
admit
it.
the word pedophile, but he did do the
Oh,
A
yeah.
minor. And then immediately it's the way he looked at Drake, he's like, "Say Drake," he's looking directly at the
Oh
camera.
yeah, that smile. The devious smile.
Devious smile is so good.
Nah, it was great halftime show in my opinion. I loved it.
I made a meme based on something that a meme I saw walking around, but it felt like this, you know? Here you go. It felt like that.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a good, that's a nice one.
Yep. Oh, you're approaching me. I can't roast the shit out of you without getting closer.
I need you to hear me, bitch. And then we ended up the Super Bowl halftime show with TV off, where Kendrick famously screams, "Mustard!" Ah, it's so good.
Mustard.
Also on GNX, a lot of people had a little bit of an issue that he played mostly his songs from his most recent album, but this is actually the second time that Kendrick Lamar has been on the Super Bowl, and he played a lot of his hits the first time.
Oh yeah, right, he was like with a collaboration with other artists, right? Was that
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
the
pretty
first
sure
black-
he's been more times to the Super Bowl than some of the actual teams.
So, what was I gonna say? There was some beautiful choreography with the backup dancers, all of them pouring out of the GNX, which is really funny.
Oh yeah, they did the clown car bit, didn't they?
Yeah. All of the dancers were dressed in red, white, and blue. There's a moment where they actually make the form of the American flag as a sneak diss, as they're called, to the president who was in attendance to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, wow.
No, I'm pretty sure he said he was going to be in attendance, but then he didn't.
Oh no, no.
Didn't he get booed,
Yeah.
but was caught
Well,
He
but
caught
did
by
actually
cheers?
attend?
Yeah, he
Yes,
did
he-
attend but left.
Sometime
He
during
left.
the halftime.
He left.
Yeah. Yeah, he left.
Because the team he bet on, the Chiefs, were losing. They
Lamar.
had a nice round
Finally.
at the end of the night.
Didn't they win like 2 times in a row now, and it would have been the third time?
I don't know, but Taylor didn't bring any luck today, or that day. But basically, the entire halftime show is meant to be commentary on how you're supposed to be as a black artist. You're supposed to be a certain way. You're supposed to perform a certain way to get approval of the government or the man. In this case, Samuel Jackson. And Kendrick does change his style of song to fit the way that that's supposed to be the way to play the game. So he starts off with his new music, which is pretty popular. Told it's too ghetto, too loud, so he plays his hits from, the album that won that Pulitzer Prize. Told that it was a cheat code because, you're doing it for the culture, but it's not what they're looking for. It sells well in your population, but not anywhere else. Can you do something different? Moves on to his hits with SZA, that was shown in a movie, and they finally get their approval. So once he's finally got to the top and he's got that stamp of approval, he'll do whatever he wants, which is not like us. There is a section right after Peekaboo where he teases wanting to play Not Like Us. I want to play them their favorite song, but they love to sue.
Yeah.
Is what is directly quoted in the Super Bowl, which is so fucking funny.
You know what's even funnier with the whole stadium and the a minor bit?
Mm-hmm.
If Mango Mussolini was actually in attendance.
He was actually in attendance. He just left in the middle of it.
He left before he could get called out.
Yep. But he got called out anyway.
He left before Mr. Epstein's pal could get called out.
So Kendrick was wearing a blue jersey with Gloria written on the front. Gloria is the name of the final song on DNX. It is where he is writing a love letter to his pen, or rather his lyricism. It's also the name of a type of fountain pen, very expensive.
Nice.
And he's also wearing a chain with a lowercase a.
Okay.
A lot of people speculated it is because of the A minor line. However,
That'd be hilarious.
it's a double disc, right? So you can interpret it as the A minor. It's really funny, but it's actually the symbol or the logo for his company with Dave Free,
Oh, okay.
PJ Lang, which is meant to support younger and upcoming artists in making music videos, music itself, films. It's meant to help make them more culturally not sensitive, but like able to understand culture better, different cultures, and so that they can interpret it into their artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good organization.
So now do we get into some of the absolutely unhinged takes the internet had?
Yes. Now we can move to the absolute unhinged takes. So that was the Super Bowl proper.
Mm-hmm. Only one?
Oh, I forgot. In the audience at the end of TV Off, it does say game over.
Oh yeah.
Does it say what?
It says
Game over.
game over in the crowd.
Yeah, that very much is kind of a checkmate of a diss track war. It's like, I got 5 Grammy Awards for this song and played it at the Super Bowl. That's
It's
game over.
It's
You
just
lose.
GG, man. You
Drake
lost the
isn't
game.
even yeah. Meanwhile, Drake isn't even in the country. He's on his Anita Max Win tour, which started that same day in Australia.
In
Lamau.
Australia? Okay.
In
that's
Australia. Can you
Hopefully the
imagine?
drop bears get him.
Can you imagine getting roasted so damn hard? You can't be in the country. Everyone thinks you're a pedophile. You
Well,
hear
no,
their
no, no.
peers mock you at an award show, and people at the Super Bowl are laughing at you.
Mina,
Nani?
he went to Australia.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know why that's even funnier?
Former prison island.
It's a prison island.
Yeah. Do you have a criminal record? Is that still required? Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl halftime show has been super controversial since then. There are some people, particularly older white people and Drake fans, who are saying this is the worst Super Bowl halftime show ever.
Yeah, just because they don't understand what the rap is. And I saw apparently some people thought it was somehow anti-Semitic.
Huh?
It's anti-Semitic because, as I said, Drake was
Because of the
seen as
Jewish
anti-Semitic. Not
mother.
that it is. Because Drake was raised by his Jewish mother, and so when he says "not like us," um, people
So it
feel
can-
like he's being anti-Semitic to the Jewish part of Drake.
Oh,
No idea
okay.
why.
It's the same way some people are like, no, you can't be against Israel. That's anti-Semitic. It's like
Yeah, it's exactly
there's,
that.
there's a difference between
Oh, that's right. It's
disliking
because one of
someone
the
because they're an asshole who happens to be Jewish and hating someone because they're Jewish
I
and an
believe they're
asshole.
I believe they're also saying that because one of the backup dancers actually had a free Palestine flag, and
Oh
was
yeah, there
telling
was one of them.
security.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, so there was a free Palestine backup dancer, but before they could actually get on the camera, security tackled them down as if they were just one of those streakers that sometimes would go in the middle of the show.
Oh,
Oof.
commentary.
Commentary. So now we've had the Drake effect happen, and because they tried to hide the one backup dancer, everybody knows about it.
Yep. Now, the question is, do you think the security getting involved was scripted?
No, because it wasn't shown on camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
The only reason we know is because the people who are physically in the stadium.
oh,
Speaking of the stadium.
Damn.
Kai Cenat was at the Super Bowl,
Okay,
Mhm.
so that, yeah.
and he was denied entrance into Kendrick's suite because it was during. I think it was either just before or during the halftime show, and he's obviously busy. He's not there for fun. He's there for work. So, out of pettiness because he's a Drake fan, or because he felt entitled to be there, Kai said that the stadium wasn't as loud as people thought it would be. It was pretty quiet where he was standing. And everybody who was at the stadium was showing video saying, no, the stadium, I don't know where the fuck you were sitting. The stadium was roaring to me. And they show video through.
Loud screaming intensified.
I had a woman come into my store. Because my boss, my manager, she'll play old school rap music, very 90s, in the store. And the woman's like, oh, it's just like this halftime show. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. She's like, oh, it was just the worst. I couldn't understand a single word. And I'm like, well, if you have the context for it, it was amazing. If you get it, you get it. You know?
I feel like a lot of people who didn't like the halftime show were the same kind of people who think Rage Against the Machine was complaining about the dishwasher.
Yeah.
What?
It's a whole thing.
Rage
But-
Against the Machine is a fairly high-profile American band who's very much anti-colonial, anti-government nonsense. That sort of thing. And there's a bunch of people who don't understand, who are too dense to understand what the hell they're talking about. It's the same people who think "Fortunate Son" is a pro-war song.
It is not. But it's come to define the Vietnam War.
Yeah, it's like the iconic "Hell yeah, let's go to Vietnam" song, even though it's very much the whole point of the song is no, the rich people aren't going to Vietnam. And then Trump played it at a rally.
Because they don't fucking
The
listen
irony.
to the song.
And then the people told him, "Don't you fucking dare do that again. We will sue you."
As they should.
Yeah, like you are literally the person the song is calling out, Mr. Bone Spurs. It's
It's a whole
media literacy is dead in the United States.
Actually, I think because of the beef with Kendrick Lamar and Drake, a lot of schools have started breaking down some of Kendrick's lyrics because kids are just like, I need to know exactly how he destroyed this man. It's such an amazing motivator.
I need to study this so we can bring back roasting in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Roasting the way for Little C.
Yeah, it was Badger's recent video, which like he did Call of Duty, and like all like the Zoomers were like, when the roasting started, they just be quiet because they didn't know what to do.
Be quiet. Back then, when the fucking mothers were insulted, oh my god, those CG
It's
lobbies.
something Meep says a lot.
That's such a difference between the roast starts, everyone falls quiet, versus old school Call of Duty, which if it wasn't said during a Call of Duty lobby, it isn't a real slur.
Valid. Let's see. I think the final thing I'll say about the Super Bowl is that prior to 2025, the most famous Super Bowl was Michael Jackson's in 1993. As it currently stands, Kendrick Lamar has beat Michael Jackson's numbers.
Which is big.
That's wow. Incredible.
Hold on,
Absolute cinema.
Let's see. Yeah, this has been the most watched Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
All it just takes
Most
is
watched
one
Super Bowl
mentally-
halftime show of all time. Imagine
Yeah.
getting roasted so hard that the guy roasting you outperforms Michael Jackson.
Let's see.
Imagine you're
Number
that
one,
much
one, two.
hated.
Last year, Usher at 2020 was on at the Super Bowl halftime show. Played a lot, and he had a total viewer of 123.4 million people. Rihanna had 121 million. Katy Perry also had 121 million. I know Beyonce was there one year. She had 110.8 million. Let's see. I'm trying to find the Michael Jackson one. But as it stands, Kendrick Lamar had 133.5 million tuning into the Super Bowl.
133.5.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Which, with some quick math, no, hold on, I did that wrong. Is nearly, is close to 40% of the entire U.S. population.
Yep.
So nearly 4 in 10 Americans watched this diss track be performed at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's
Who did
potentially more, because I'm pretty sure the viewership's measured by number of TVs tuned to it.
Yes, and I watched it on. I watched the Fox News live stream of it because I don't have cable right now.
So it's probably also the streams probably count towards it too. But like TVs, which tend to be tuned to for the Super Bowl at parties, either at people's homes or at bars, where multiple people can watch one TV.
It's very impressive, considering that Michael Jackson's record was in 1993, and it was 133.4 million.
Incredible. Absolute cinema.
0.1 million.
This
Or,
entire
no.
beef was absolute cinema.
No. 100,000?
And the ending of it slapped very hard.
Yes.
Game
Yeah,
over.
They had Samuel L. Jackson to play Uncle Sam.
Uh-huh.
Get off my helicarrier.
So we called Drake a pedophile at the Super Bowl. The song calling Drake a pedophile won all 5 Grammys it was nominated for. It was voted Song of the Year and Record of the Year.
Just annihilated.
Lead the
Absolutely
country- Yeah,
memed on.
He had to flee to Australia.
on the same day as the Super Bowl. I've only been following this because I fell into a rabbit hole, but god damn, do I miss
That's
so
the best
happy I
thing.
fell into this
It's absolute cinema.
rabbit hole. But yeah,
Anyway.
that was the Super Bowl.
Moving on from the superb owl.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. There's one more thing. There's one more thing about the actual game itself, because apparently the actual Super Bowl game was kind of shit.
Yeah, the Eagles won.
Yeah.
Congrats
So,
to the
for-
Eagles.
It was apparently a really one-sided game.
Oh yeah, when I tuned in trying to find the Super Bowl halftime show, it was like 13-0.
Kansas City got squashed.
Damn.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about the actual games. Though. The only thing I saw was there was a meme saying where was it? Hold on, I saved it somewhere. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, my mom just walked over to show me another one. With 0 points and 0 field goals in Super Bowl, experts agree Kansas City Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker would have been more useful had he stayed home, cooked dinner, and watched his kids.
Damn.
Oh yeah, because that's what that guy told a bunch of grad students they should do because he doesn't like women. But that's not the one I was looking for. It was it in here? No, I saw one that was to the effect of, "This is the worst offense I've seen since the VDV in 2022." When Russia just absolutely dropped the ball. The VDVs, the Russian paratroopers, they all dropped in, did their super agent nonsense, and then all died.
Oh.
Damn.
Because, yeah, they dropped into like all the air bases and stuff, and then did the paratrooper thing where, oh no, the rest of the force couldn't catch up to us. Because Russian military moment. Just damn, worst offense since Russia in 2022. That is a roast. Anyway, moving on. We have company creates worst bicycle ever, proceeds to cease to exist.
So
Is there a
the
picture of
Tesla
the bicycle?
Cyberbike.
Now I've posted an image of it, in images.
Yeah, okay, that actually looks like one of the worst bicycles I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What the piece of shit.
That's actually the thumbnail from a YouTuber who did a video on this piece of shit.
Why?
So it's the name of
Where are the
bicycle
radius?
It's a hubless bicycle.
I hope the company died.
Yeah, the company just ceased to exist. It's basically like the Cybertruck of bicycles, except somehow even worse. Actually, calling it the Cybertruck of bicycles is actually fairly apt, because just like the Cybertruck, it has a way to start accelerating on its own.
God.
Because like this stupid ass hubless bicycle, it's super noisy. It barely works. As like an actual bicycle. It's got like a 5-6 long gear linkage to actually get from the pedals to the actual rear wheel. It doesn't have the ability to like coast at all. It's just got so much drag from the system. You go over a slight bump, it'll break. If because of the way the pedal assist works, if you're walking your bike, and you like jog with it to get across the street, the pedal assist engages and will just take off.
Oh no!
It is absolutely terrible. And also, it's like, oh yeah, we got a system to lock the bike automatically so it can't be stolen. It's like, the only reason that works at all is because you made it weigh like 100-something pounds. So you can't just pick it up. It also means you can't really use it as a bike because it's like 100-something pounds. It's just terrible. Like
Absolute
every,
garbage.
they basically did every. It's a tech bro designed a bicycle is what it is.
Oh, Tech Bros designing the wheel
Bros,
again.
they don't even ride bicycles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they stay home complaining about whatever the fuck Tech Bros complain about.
They complain about the latest crypto pump and dump they fell for.
Man,
Here you
why
go,
didn't the
fell for an
crypto
award.
work? Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
99% of
Skipping
Tech
over
Bros quit
Russian
before
news for
finding
now.
that Bitcoin that will make them millionaire.
Moving on, skipping Russia for now. Opera GX.
What did they do?
It's goon
They've
time,
courted the
baby.
Gooners. They're courting the Gooners.
Let's go.
What?
In the idea box, I put a link. I put in the image, a screenshot of like their Twitter that I found in the Discord that I reposted again, because I don't have Twitter myself. Where it's Opera GX announced a new feature where if you don't browse for 14 days, they assume you died and will replace your search history with a nicer one.
That's actually hilarious. What the fuck? I need someone to limit my browser history when I die.
They
The
protect
dependable
private
Opera
data.
GX feature.
Oh,
Start the afterlife on a
they're
clean
protecting
slate.
it.
I
Do you
fucking
think
love
they
this.
do that for all browser histories or ones that specifically detect porn?
I don't know.
Oh, everyone.
But yeah, Opera GX is courting the Gooners. Zigzagoons rise up.
Mafia goons rise up. What's up, boss?
Next we have an update on a couple weeks back when the random South Korean airliner just burst into flames on the tarmac. The investigation for that's concluded. You'll never guess. It was a lithium-ion battery.
Damn.
Somebody didn't disclose a lithium-ion battery on the plane.
No, it was a lithium-ion battery that was in someone's carry-on. They got shoved into an overhead bin, and they got crushed, which caused it to burst into flames.
Oh,
Because yeah, lithium-ion batteries in general, rates of them burning shit have gone up on planes. From either them getting crushed in overhead bins or crushed in a seat or something. Specifically, the battery packs, like the external battery packs, are the ones most common this happens to apparently. Which has been leading some people to be like, yeah, we should probably just ban lithium-ion batteries altogether on planes at this rate.
Probably, yeah.
Because they're already banned in the cargo hold.
yeah.
Because there was I think it was like a FedEx cargo plane that went down after the lithium-ion battery shipment it was carrying burst into flames, and like the aircraft disintegrated before it hit the ground because it burnt up. Anyway, moving on. Jorkin the Penis Vance.
Joking
what?
penis, man? Please,
Jordan
what?
the penis Vance.
Yeah,
That's
JD
it,
Vance,
no?
Vice President of the United States. Yeah. He this week took to Twitter, as you do.
No. Never click the tweet button. Never click the motherfucking tweet button.
He's
And he
already
took to Twitter to argue that a judge doesn't have the authority to limit the executive branch's power.
Which it does.
It does. That's why we have.
Yes,
a
it does.
That's I wasn't.
It's that's literally how the checks and balances system works.
Well, not in the eyes of the vice president.
Correct.
But yeah.
It's like he then like gave like an analogy with like the military, and like some people are like, no, they can do that too.
Yeah, they can.
That's a
what
thing
the
that
fuck?
exists.
How can they do that? We have to stop it. That's probably what he's thinking.
It's more like, how dare they get in the way of El Presidente?
Literally, yeah.
Not there
It's
to
like,
get in the way
man,
of the
dude, did you
dictatorship.
not learn that in the 4th grade with the rest of us? My mama
Yeah,
learned that.
yeah, that is like
Oh,
4th
my-
grade curriculum, isn't it?
That is 4th grade. The reason I know that's 4th grade curriculum is because my parents were naturalized citizens when I was in the 4th grade. So while they were studying for their citizenship test, we were both studying together because I was learning the exact same material for my courses.
Yeah. It really is incredible that American politicians don't even have a grasp of 4th grade
They-
education.
They skipped 4th grade. They just speedrun it.
No,
Hey,
they were
as
taking
our mother
double
just commented,
expensive
she's
nurses
pretty
to
sure
do
a lot of American politicians would fail the U.S. citizenship test if they had to take it.
it. I feel like you should take it
Okay,
if
how
you're gonna
about...
be the president.
Yeah,
Like, that'd
probably,
be
yeah.
funny.
Imagine he just can't apply to US citizenship anymore to get it supported. Bye-bye, Trump.
Bye bye. Didn't we
Karma.
do this? Question: didn't we do that a while back?
I don't think we took
Yeah,
it
we
as-
did that. We on the Roomba took a U.S. citizenship test.
Oh, like Mina
Yeah,
asked
no,
those
we did.
questions for it.
I believe I will be cool.
No, I was doing that.
Oh, was it me? I thought it was
Yeah.
Mina. Esto.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
I just remembered something a bit ago, but I didn't want to interrupt. Now that we're changing subjects, Wednesday when I was about to get picked up by my sister, it started fucking hailing for like 5 minutes. Like, it. So I got out of the venue, and I went into a nearby petrol station to wait for my sister there because she was like, "Hey, wait me here."
Check this dash.
And the sky was either it was sunshine and rainbows or it's fucking Mordor.
Mordor? Murder?
Yes. No, Mordor from like
Judas.
Mordor,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
From like Mordor, Lord of the Rings, blackened skies, death and destruction, and you could hear
Oh,
thunder.
Then the winged hussars arrived.
And you could hear thunder. And
That's
it
'cause I
got
said Mordor, and I thought of the murder. Judas, no. Fine.
I thought of
What-
that. Yeah,
what-
I
what-
thought of that too. And then it started raining, so I got inside like the petrol area station of the station, and then I started getting wet. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look at the road and I see pebbles on the floor. I'm like, oh fuck, it's hailing. So I dashed into the store and waited there. Something I noticed, because I don't understand how this shit is feasible, a can of Pringles was €4 fucking 50.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? I can of Pringles is like
Yeah,
$2.
Really baller Super Bowl like commercial.
Good Pringles is like $2. That's like double the price.
Oh, things went up, man.
No,
Actually, I think
no,
it's about the
Darius.
same price it is over here for a can of
Darius.
Pringles.
I mean, in like regular
Walmart
stores, it's
website.
still
How much
two,
is a can of Pringles?
like €2
And-
something.
Also, it's a gas station, Jimmy, so of course it costs more.
But it's inside of a fucking town.
It's still, at least over here too. Gas stations are always more expensive.
Okay, so I just looked up Pringles price,
It's
and there's a
$2.
significant variance between them. From Walmart, we have one that's $2 on sale for $1.10, and then right next to it is sour cream and onion, which is currently listed by Walmart at $8.56.
What?
Is it delivery? I'm looking at the Walmart website for my area, because I have a super center.
Please check
Uh,
that, me,
all
because
of
that.
the
And then I scrolled
Pringles-
down a little bit more, and there's a sour cream and onions Pringle that's for $2,
No, I want the
Yeah,
$8 one.
on sale from $3.
Yeah, I see a Pringles all dressed. Oh, because this one's shipped out. That's why. It's all dressed, so it looks like it's a salad dressing Pringle.
Weird.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's got red bell pepper. It's got onion. It's got vinegar.
Interesting.
Tomato. Oh, it's tomato. The way it's cut looks like a bell pepper. Tomato, onion, and vinegar flavors. It's $3.17, cut down from $11. Because it's not one that they have at the store. They have to ship it from their warehouses.
Yeah.
Everything else looks to be the $2, except for the big
Inflation.
Okay.
Price gouging.
Speaking of Pringles, favorite flavor of Pringles, go.
Original.
original. Sometimes the
Mm,
vinegar is pretty good though.
paprika.
Okay. Bolt.
I'm sorry, what?
Paprika.
You guys have that flavor?
Yes, and it's like one of the three big
Very good.
ones.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
original sour cream and
No,
onion
no.
and paprika.
Yeah, exactly.
We used to have pizza flavors.
Well,
Oh,
I've
pizza
seen pizza
flavor.
flavor. It tastes like oregano.
My best friend's favorite flavor was the cheeseburger Pringles.
That tastes like pickles, and I love it. Bolt,
Okay,
are you
let's
there?
see, we've got
Yes, I am here.
What's your favorite taste flavor of Pringles?
I think that's the easy one. Also paprika.
Paprika, oh my god.
So we have original, paprika. Okay, then I'm the weird one, ketchup.
Oh my god, he's a ketchup guy. Oh no.
Yes,
Honestly, I
Ketchup
like
yes.
flavored Pringles?
Yeah,
Yes.
ketchup
Yeah,
flavored
they
Pringles.
even
They
have
also
Mexican-
do.
Meep, I can send you a picture of a can that I have in my room.
My mother
Isn't
just
it
confirmed
blue?
it's something that exists, so yeah.
Isn't
It's
the-
Canadian,
isn't the
apparently.
color blue?
It's blue, yes.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
blue one.
It's so fucking good, but it's also so fucking rare.
Yeah, it's
Apparently they're Canadian.
Well,
Yeah,
shout out
you
the
just feel like
Canadians
eating.
then for the ketchup flavored Pringles. I fucking love them. I also really like salt and vinegar, which are a
It's,
little easier to
Mexican.
find.
Yeah, but white vinegar.
There's two different hot ones, Pringles potato chips.
Oh yeah, the hot ones are also nice.
There's also like international flavor ones. I think there's one for like
Yeah.
patatas bravas.
I see
Whatever you
chili
said.
cheese fries, so the Sonic Pringles. I see Philly cheesesteak.
Wait,
There's the
what?
ranch Pringles,
cheesesteak?
There's dill
There's
pickle
Texan
Pringles.
barbecue, if I recall.
Barbecue.
I have adobada Pringles.
Also, yes, there is. I am a ketchup guy. I fucking love ketchup.
No, no worries. I love ketchup too, but I say paprika over everything, man.
I don't really
You gotta
eat
send
much
me
of the
some
paprika one.
paprika.
Wait, what?
You gotta send me some of the paprika ones.
You can try.
I mean, you can Mina, when you come to Spain this summer, if you do,
I don't
there.
think we are, dude. Just because everything is so expensive right now, and
Just,
also
just crossing fingers, okay? Let me be positive about it. That the fact that a friend of mine, okay, might come to my country so I can see her and hug her, okay? Let me be positive about this, please. I beg of you.
Going to come to your country and steal your ketchup Pringles. That's
we
what
don't
I
have
will do.
ketchup Pringles. All right, hold on. We have everything bagel Pringles.
We gotta manifest some destiny.
Got habaneras, adobadas, honey mustard, carnitas de taco. Oh, taco flavor. That's kind of sick.
Ooh,
Tacos.
that's funny.
Bourbon
Taco.
barbecue, hot. Well, there's 3 hot ones. Dill pickles.
I swear, Pringles with their flavors is like the ultimate crossover. I think they probably do more of that like Doritos.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Funny that you
Potato
say
Pringles,
that.
too.
Me favorite Dorito flavor.
None.
Jeez.
You don't like Doritos?
Nope.
Not even like. Oh, okay.
I don't even know any other ones than cheese.
I mean, there's chili.
No.
I like
no,
Cool Ranch.
bruh.
Now it's sweet chili too, which is extra crunchy and oh. Oh my god, it's so good.
But I'm more of a chips guy than a Dorito guy.
Like,
So,
if I, like, when I go to one of the supermarkets in particular, I always buy, for myself, a can of Sprite and a bag of Doritos. And the Doritos, now they changed the recipe, so they're extra crunchy. And it's like, you take one into your mouth and it's like, and, oh my god, yes!
The Roomba is whirring.
The Roomba.
Yeah, it has to do a lot of work because it pick up so many chip crumbs.
Jimmy.
What? What?
I'm just poking fun.
Just no, it's the like the looks left, looks right. What? I don't do nothing.
Anyway, bouncing
Oh,
off a wall. Back
Yes.
to the idea box.
I just got a bone.
You got a bone.
I'm fishing, yes. I'm trying to fish for ink
Okay.
sacs because you know it's Pixelmon, so there's no actual squids that I can kill for ink sacs because I need black dye.
Ah.
And the only other way is wither roses, and God knows how the fuck am I gonna get those?
You just get
So, this week,
Get
Bright Line West, the private company that wants to build the high-speed rail between LA and Las Vegas, they put out some documentation this week, which includes their plans for how they actually want to build the line. And let me tell you, it's awful.
It's awful.
I hate it. It's these guys have basically been like managed to demonstrate the flaw with every single argument that people make against like the California high-speed rail. But it's like, oh, why did they just do this? Why didn't they just do that? It's like, because that's not how the technology works. And then they managed to do other things. Like they're running most of its single track.
Wait, what?
They're running a single track high-speed rail route.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you make it single track? Wouldn't it be better to have 2 tracks, one for one way and one for the other?
Yeah, so they're doing single tracks, so they have to coordinate the schedule so they can pass on the passing tracks. Like, what the hell?
Oh, my brother in Christ.
They're doing multiple of the stations are highway median stations.
What does that mean?
It means the station is in the middle of the highway.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
In the middle of the highway.
In the middle
Yes.
of fuck all.
In the middle of the highway, right there, so you're absolutely surrounded by all the noise of cars going 60, 70 miles an hour.
Yay, 120 kilometers an hour, let's go. Vroom. Wait, how much is 70 miles an hour in kilometers? I think it's like, if 100 is 60, maybe like 110 or so?
112.
Ah. So a little
Much
slower
better.
than... Okay, so a little slower than we can go in Spain. Got it.
I love my.
No, let's be real, because a lot of those stations in California, they're probably going to be going close to 80.
My family sometimes when we go on trips, I sometimes look at the speedometer and it's like 160. I'm like, what?
That doesn't seem right. We're not on the Autobahn.
the Autobahn.
The Autobahn. Yeah, no, my parents are very. My mom specifically, she's very
The
quick.
limit is limitless. Oh, where the hell am I? There.
It's got leather.
Got a letter.
No, leather. Like, you know, cowhide.
Leather.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
The other thing they've done is they publish their planned speeds over the course of the route.
Uh-huh.
1
And they
kilometer.
do reach actual high-speed rail speeds,
Oh, that's good.
technically.
I don't like the technically.
They do it for, like, maybe an eighth of their run.
Jesus Christ.
For the rest of it, it's, like, elevated or higher speed, depending on your terminology. Like, it's faster than just, like, standard rail, but it's not really high-speed rail.
Well, that's kind of bullshit. Sorry.
Especially for new construction high-speed rail, which actually, by the definition, requires slightly higher than converted rails. And then, like, the reason for this is literally the reason why people saying they should run the California high-speed rail down the I-5 corridor are fucking stupid. Because it's a mix of the track geometry, mostly, not being able to accommodate the high-speed turns, because, you know, they're meant for freeway speed turns. So they're constantly having to slow down to take turns. You've also got that the highway goes up and down hills at rates that are good for cars. Which means parts of their rail run are going to be at over 4% grade.
What does that mean?
It means they're very steep.
Ah.
Because for the percent grade is like a measure of like how far up you go for every some amount of distance you go horizontally. Generally, for trains, for like for a normal rail route that's meant to do freight,
Mm-hmm.
you do not go above 1.5.
Oh, jeez.
You just don't, because freight trains can't do more than that. Passenger trains, especially a high-speed train, due to being electrical multiple units, can handle steeper grades. and the trains will be able to go up these steep grades. Cars will be passing them, though.
I know. Ooh.
I never seen a.
There are sections of the high-speed rail run where it's just track running, not even like coming into or out of a station, where they are going to be slower than the cars.
That is crazy. Is that even a train, Ben?
Well, it's a train, but it's not a
It's not
high-speed train. It's just like...
a train without a train.
There was hope there that it might be good, but then it just wasn't.
I stepped away so that I could get my Ita bag. My package came in.
Yay!
Nice.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
We're moving on to the Golf de Gringo Loco.
El pinche güey.
Hey guys, look, Meloeta. Meloeta. Oh, hi dog.
Was?
I have one already, so I'm giving it to the server owner. I'm trying to. I'm still trying to find Shamey with no luck, by the way.
So yeah. So Google has bent the knee to El Presidente. And if you're geolocated to be in the United States, the Gulf of Mexico will now read Gulf of America.
And if you're elsewhere, it will say it on quotations. Well, not on quotation, parentheses, if I recall.
Oh, it will say for me the Gulf of Mexico.
So there have been some memes with it. I saw one person. One of the common ones is renaming it to Gulf de Gringo Loco. I saw one where they edited the depth map to be Gulf of Saddam Hussein,
Oh, that's a good one.
with the Saddam Hussein hiding in the
Oh my god.
hiding spot
no.
outline.
Oh my god.
And it's just like, really, Google?
Yes.
It's Google has just been consistently over like the last week or so changing things on their platforms to just kowtow to the new administration. Which, as a corporation, like, yeah, they're doing things like money. Was like, damn, they're really just bending over backwards to just please El Presidente. Like, they're removing some of the things from the Google Calendar. They're Gulf of America nonsense, and they're like, bruh.
I just want to remind people, one of the things that they removed from the Google Calendar is the Holocaust reminder day.
Wait, was that?
I didn't see that one.
Well, it's one of the days that was removed.
You were telling me
course.
they removed that one.
It was.
Yep.
Okay. Now, let's just say, starting to be weird.
Then I saw one that was like the poisoned for Cusco type thing with the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, here it is. Oh, there was also the Golfifi. I saw Golfifi. The Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf named specifically after Mexico. Mexico's Gulf. I saw someone like as like shitpost recently be like, well, it's the biggest gulf in America, so it should be Gulf of America named after the American continent. And it's like, yeah, and because Mexico has the most states of any country on the American continent, it should be the United States of America instead of the United States of Mexico. That makes sense. Anyway. Moving on from that nonsense. Oh, and then there was one I just saw this morning, which was guys, don't you? Have you thought about just not calling it Gulf of America since that's not the name it was assigned at birth?
Okay.
Since the current administration is all super transphobic and shit,
Mm-hmm.
which actually has a segue to that because it's not actually in here, but apparently they're trying to pass a law that would basically disallow you from voting if your name didn't match what was on your birth certificate.
That is fucking stupid.
Yeah, and there are several problems with that. So not only is it, going after trans people, but if you're a woman who traditionally, after they get married, takes their husband's last name, guess what? Your name doesn't match the name on your birth certificate.
Boom,
Yeah,
denied.
so that makes absolute zero sense. That
Yeah.
it doesn't anymore.
Or if you're my mother, your birth certificate has a typo on it.
What?
Sometimes it happens where they'll put a typo in your name.
Keep that
Yeah,
straight.
they put the wrong middle name for my mother, so, and then they literally, because it was old enough, it's literally crossed out and they wrote the correct name above it.
Bruh. That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. And also, disproportionately target poor people who might have a harder time getting their hands on their documents. Because, as I've said before, the U.S. government, especially Team Red, they're not racist. They just hate poor people, who just so happen to be disproportionately people of color. Totally unrelated.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving on, we go to the land known as the United Kingdom.
Ah, yes.
Where-
Shankland.
Yes. Where someone didn't have a license for something, I guess, because in northern England, they were doing in January, have been were upgrading a playground. They were doing some digging around in the playground to do upgrades of this children's playground.
Uh-huh.
And so far, from underneath the playground, they have unearthed 176 bombs.
Oh.
Huh?
What from World War II?
Yeah, World War II vintage bombs.
But that much amount is crazy. 170 is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, officials said 65 practice bombs weighing about 10 pounds each were found in the area of less than 10 square meters. Smoke cartridges were recovered from the same pit. Another 90 practice bombs were found in a 20 square foot area. And they're still like finding some more because they're still surveying it because there's so many. It is believed that the area where the playground was initially built was used as a home guard training ground, and the bombs were buried at the end of the war.
That's wild.
Good playground on there. It was nothing wrong with helping.
And then apparently one of the people involved with this told the BBC, quote, "The army will not support us in any way, either looking for the ordnance or removing it, which has been extremely disappointing."
And cringe.
Yeah. Well done, His Majesty's military. Anyway.
Oh, right, it's
Moving
His
on from
Majesty,
that.
not Her Majesty anymore.
Yeah, it's His Majesty now.
uh,
They made a man the queen, they've gone woke.
What?
In back to stupid ass American news though,
Okay.
representative from Georgia introduced legislation to Congress, quote, authorizing President Trump to acquire Greenland and renaming it Red, White, and Blue Land.
Why don't we just rename it to Rainbow Land?
No, because that would be
Every color is
LGBTQ plus,
included.
and that's a
But
big
every
no-no.
color will be included. Oh yeah, never mind. That would be equality.
It's not just that they're still trying to buy it, but it's like, yeah, let's rename it Red, White, and Blue Land. Like,
How about
bruh.
we rename Iceland to Greenland and swap them, and so he gets the wrong island?
While we're on the topic of Greenland, though, Denmark made a joke counter offer that
Okay.
some people are like, hell yeah. There was let me
California,
pull it up
right?
so I can put in images. Yeah, there was a petition going around in Denmark to offer to buy California.
Do you want to get bought?
Yes, I would assume so.
Yeah, here it is in images. The news headline: Danish petition to buy California. It's
Yeah,
like
and
counter offer.
Yeah, no, maybe. Would be a nice deal.
Like, no, I don't think that would be a good idea, but
It'd be
then
funny.
again, they did finally get enough signatures on to put on the California ballot for next year. Fucking California is trying to secede from the union. Which, no, nuh-uh, you can't do that. That's not a thing you can do. That's literally the whole point of the Civil War. Is you can't just do that. Like I think this thing was originally meant as a joke, but people just ran with it and Lamau. Anyway, in other news, elongated muskrat.
Uh-huh. Just
A
thinking
cursed be his name. We've got two back-to-back things in here about him. So first of all, over the course of 4 days, elongated muskrat went from saying it was illegal to list the names of his Doge interns forcing their way into U.S. government systems, saying it was illegal to list their names on Twitter, that it was a crime.
Uh-huh.
You're not allowed to do that. Within 4 days, he was doxing the child of a judge. Because the judge was blocking him from doing things that are illegal.
Where is he?
Oh my
But isn't
gosh.
doxing illegal too? So
Yes.
It's very.
It's very illegal and very dangerous.
Yeah.
oh, what you shows? Okay, no, I won't say that.
Yeah. And of course he was doing that on Twitter.
Of
Because
course.
rules for thee, not for me.
Exactly.
Of course.
This is then immediately followed in the idea box by there was an Oval Office press conference in which elongated muskrat is literally standing next to and behind the
Do
president.
you mean where his kid was there too, and he said, "You're not
Yeah.
addressing to Trump"?
No, that's not. The kid didn't actually say that. The kid's
Oh, he
pre-verbal.
did actually
but the-
say it. Okay.
No, the meme for that is if he
I
could
didn't know
speak.
if it was a meme. I didn't know if it was a meme. Or
It
not.
was a meme. The kids.
But it
not
was
old
like
enough to
this
speak it.
time. It was like the thing where that happened.
No,
okay.
he's 4. The kid is 4 years old. He's old enough to speak.
Oh. Well, he didn't actually say that, but the joke was people were saying that the kid said to Trump, "Why are you in Daddy's seat?"
No, he said, "You're not the president. Get out of here." And he told him to shut the fuck up.
That was the one I've seen.
Yeah, that's the one that's
I don't know,
been floating
There's been a couple, but yeah, it's Elon literally stood behind the president during a press conference because President Elon.
He's the rich Eunuch. Oh yeah, it's right. It stands even on the Twitter you sent. And first trash with Eunuch dog.
And of course he has his baby meat shield there with him.
I hate the fact that we talk about the kid like that, but I feel bad for him.
Well, that's how Elon uses
I
it.
know, and I hate it.
because he's afraid of Luigi.
Just wait when Mario comes.
It's so blatant what's going on with that, and Doge and all that nonsense. Which actually, someone on my other Discords posted a thing where it's like someone they found someone who's working for Doge. It's saying like, why do they do that? It's like, oh, it was inspired by this book or whatever. Blah blah blah. And it's like, then goes to the Wikipedia page for that book. What is that? It's an American website and blog founded by Guy, far-right activist and Holocaust denier.
Hi.
Known for its conspiracy theories, white nationalist, and anti-Semitic writings and pro-Russia propaganda. Support for pro-Putin, pro-Russian sources.
Yeah, the USA and pro-Russia in the same sentence.
Yeah, so basically, one of the people who's currently like one of the Doge interns put out a thing. It's like, yeah, what I want to do is, oh yeah, I was inspired by Russian propaganda and white nationalism and anti-Semitism. Damn. This is what we've come to.
Apparently.
My mom just sent me a Canadian billboard. Canadian marketing moving at the speed of light, made with 0% American cheese. Because of the whole trade war nonsense. Anyway, in a more upbeat light, as like a kind of funny side thing, this week the U.S. conducted the first flight of the Franken Lightning.
The what now?
This is a F-35A Lightning II stealth fighter that was made primarily of the recovered components of 2 different wrecked F-35s. So they recovered wrecks of crashed planes and were able to find enough spare parts to piece together a new functional plane.
That's kind of funny.
And this was apparently cheaper, significantly cheaper than just buying a whole new plane.
Makes sense to me.
Because the F-35 costs like $1 billion. As it turns out, 5th generation stealth fighter that's also a flying supercomputer is expensive.
What a thunk.
Anyway, and now, back to the memes. The Duolingo owl is fucking dead.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah, do you want to see how he looks like on my screen?
Yeah.
When
Hey,
I go
they-
to... Hold on. When I go to do my Duolingo, because I do...
Because you do Olingo?
That was bad.
I know. That's why I fell silent afterwards.
Alright. When I go into do my Japanese lessons, this is what I look at when I go to open the app.
Oh my god, he's dead. Nah, man.
Didn't he die? Didn't he get Didn't he get like run over by a cyber truck?
Probably.
They took out, they fucking
I've seen a whole bunch of like different like made up reasons for what's going on. Various other companies have been joining in to try and hop on Duolingo's social media advertising.
Yes, I sent one of those. I sent the Pal World one.
Yeah, you sent the Pal World one.
Pal World Addict.
This
You
green
sent
weird
the
thing I
Pal
got
World in the
today.
idea box. There's Twitter. Yeah. Twitter said all birds go to heaven to Duolingo responded, both killed by a Cybertruck rip. And the worst part is, the Twitter people edited the freaking X logo to be the eyes. what were some of the others I'd seen? I think it was here. Yeah, there's some of the proposed community notes for it. One of them was, as of 1:59 p.m. CST, authorities are working tirelessly in an effort to determine the nature of Duo's passing. Drake is currently a top suspect considering Duo's untimely passing just minutes after a Drake-related post. Rest in peace, Duo. And then another one. According to reports, Duo was found dead in his apartment on February 10th. While authorities initially gave little details to the investigation, they've since confirmed that he died from 2 gunshots to the back of the head. Authorities have ruled his death a suicide.
Sounds about right.
Whoever did it.
Then there's been Dead by Daylight was like, that's not an escape duo.
We're continuing in the realm. Oh, a Duolingo skin will be funny for fucking Dead by Daylight.
Oh no, I'm looking up to see if I could find some more. Oh! Apparently they actually did confirm his Duolingo owl was struck and killed by a cyber truck.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, I didn't realize they'd actually gone out and confirmed that's what it is. That's even funnier.
You got run over by a Cybertruck.
Duolingo owl got killed by a cyber truck. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Also, they're showing merch of the dead owl and a couple
Of course
other.
they are.
Of course.
Wasn't there the picture of like them all in the boardroom with like the Duolingo owl mascot costume on the table? The Duolingo update reward for whoever can identify the driver. Please post any leads to Twitter. Duolingo owl was killed by a Cybertruck hit and run. Bruh.
Yeah, that sounds about right for Duo. Duo is a little bit strange. Duolingo is like, they have fucking funny marketing. Like that one
Yeah.
time that that the Duolingo owl got a Brazilian butt lift.
What?
Yeah, I was scrolling through Instagram last year, and I watched Duo get a Brazilian butt lift.
What the fuck?
Then there was this another ad where he was into BDSM.
What the?
Of course the Duolingo owl will be into BDSM. Fucking
I
kinky
saw
fucking
the
owl.
all
You
beat
mean, of
up German
course.
YouTubers before.
It doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
so
me.
that was funny too.
Hearing all the memes about the Spanish revenge with Duolingo, it does not surprise me that fucking owl is into BDSM.
Yes, got it. Yes, works out. All my best.
Hold on, I'm gonna put something in images.
It's bonded sadomasochism?
I'm also not surprised that they're all beat up YouTubers, so yeah, it's just a criminal. But still, rest in peace. Brazilian butt lift, oh my god, man.
Brazilian butt lift.
But death is not an escape.
Made myself a little fishing area.
Duolingo. Yeah, the Duolingo really knows how to push the advertising on social media.
Duolingo. I don't even know if this is the official Duolingo or if this is just a fan in Duolingo gear, but they dressed up as Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Dressed up as ooh, Sukuna. Let's go. Oh, yeah, also got
Spanish
Power One.
revenge.
Is that the Scrub Daddy? And Duolingo?
Oh
Huh?
my god.
What?
Mina, you're gonna have to show shit for this because I am.
I'm showing shit.
Oh.
You're not looking.
Oh, it's the sponge thing. Okay.
Oh.
So that's an interesting relationship they've got going on there.
If you don't, I swear to God.
Anyway, Jimmy said you've got a little game for us.
I'll
this
do it
week.
at the end of the stream.
Okay.
But I have it in mind.
Which brings us to Japan.
And the furries. So, fun fact, for those who don't know, I think we've talked about this in older Roombas of Thought, but the Japanese Air Self-Defense Force has a furry mascot.
Basically, everything in Japan has a mascot.
Yes. It's a, if I recall, it's a wolf.
It's some creature.
Yes, it is.
It's a wolf thingy, I assume.
Also, fun fact as well, this furry mascot is apparently a femboy. That's not a woman, that's a boy. That's a man. And
He's got a penor.
exactly. And they're going into a
Nobody tell the fan artists.
and
They all
Oh no,
know.
that makes it even better for them, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Aquafinity, nice. And they went into a furrycon. Hold on. Up September. Wait. Oh my God, this was 2 years ago. Why the fuck does
Okay.
this?
You can talk about stuff however how old you want.
I did not know this. I just checked the date. I'm so dumb.
20th September 2000.
I thought it was
So that may have been when they were rolling it out then.
maybe, but yeah, no, it went.
What are you up to now?
It's still important to talk about it, so talk, Jimmy, talk.
So it was going to be
Doesn't
in a
matter.
furrycon on September 17th on the Chemaket. Which is, if I see, it's a pretty furry comic fair. So yeah, that's funny.
They need to promote the JSDF.
Yes,
The furries.
and they do it with the furries. Because of course.
Then don't they have a second one as well too?
Yeah, it's a mouse. But I think the main one is the wolf boy. Very
Yeah.
boopable. Very boopable. Also,
Boop that Snoop.
heterochromia. Love that. I don't know why I love heterochromia in characters. I think it's something really cool. But yeah. So Meep,
Yeah.
your loot box operation has been a success. Where do you think Overwatch went? No.
Yeah. So Marvel Rivals, as you may or may not know, latest big name hero shooter, to take the world by storm. This has caused Blizzard to panic, because Overwatch 2, which has, been fucking dead, all of a sudden has competition, so it's really gonna be fucking dead. So they're like, quick, we need to do something to revive the game. Put loot boxes back in.
Absolute brilliant.
Brilliant.
Gambling! Let's go gambling!
Let's
Let's
go
go
gambling.
gambling.
Ah, dang it.
Let's get the game banned in the Netherlands.
Once again, let's go.
Oh yeah.
But, like-
a game getting banned in the Netherlands. Pokemon Unite.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like
Gambling.
I like how their first reaction to how are we gonna claw back our market popularity. I know. We'll re-add gambling. We'll re-add loot boxes. That'll work.
That definitely won't raise our rating. Oh wait, no. FIFA FC 25 also has basically loot boxes and they get nothing.
I like to point out, by the way,
Yep.
something for just how much it is like, oh yeah, Overwatch, the cycle of modern games compared to some other stuff. Overwatch 1, the original, released in 2016.
Oh Jesus Christ! Nearly 10 years ago.
That was also the year of the last major update for Team Fortress 2.
Oh, what the fuck?
But now see what's
Overwatch was born, lived, and died in the time between Team Fortress 2 updates.
I think Mina has
Gaben
played
wins by
Rivals.
doing absolutely nothing.
Peak cinema.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I just realized something. Speaking of Gabe wins by doing absolutely nothing, I don't know if we've talked about this.
Yeah, it's in here later. Gaben wins by actually doing something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Steam has banned any game that forces players to watch ads.
Absolute fucking.
And I
comedy.
think they also banned having rewards for watching in-game ads.
Steam is just peak. What should I tell you?
Steam's to speak. I am so scared of what will happen once
Like the
Gabe
Steam
Newell
support.
is. I'm so scared what will happen once Gabe Newell isn't the CEO of Steam anymore.
Yeah. There's a risk it'll degrade when that happens, but for now, it's like, and the thing is, everyone's like, this is really kind of very clearly in response. Like the EA CEO said they were looking for how to try and put ads in the games, and Gaben's like, no,
Was it a Ubisoft too? Wasn't it like EA or Ubisoft?
it was EA.
Yeah, one, yeah.
It was Electronic Farts.
Fuck that company.
It used to be good.
Honestly,
And then the
it's either
Greek
EA or
was,
Ubisoft. I'm leaning towards EA is going to be the one that gets us to cross off the AAA AI off the bingo card.
I believe it's going to be yeah.
Okay, so 23 minutes at 8:23.
They're going to call it some like EAI or something.
EAI. It's just gotta expand the alphabet.
The new engine based on AI.
In other news, there was a small plane crash in New Hampshire that resulted in no casualties. It was a small plane coming in for landing, landed short of the runway. It was the pilot, who was the only guy aboard, walked away from it.
Yay!
Oh. A plane crash where no one died for once.
Yay! No murder! Yippee!
There was a U.S. Navy plane that went down in San Diego. The crew bailed out of it. The thing is, I've been getting all the articles I've read on it cannot agree on what it was, because a lot of them have just been going with the generic. It was a Navy fighter jet. However, the ones that have specified, it seems to be it was an EA-6B Prowler, which is not a fighter. However, it doesn't seem right because they all specify that the 2 crew members bailed out, but the EA-6B Prowler has a crew of 4. Unless the new versions are 2.
Sus.
When I'm looking it up. Yeah, it has a single pilot and 3 electronic countermeasures officers.
So how does this plane look like, if you
No.
don't mind me asking? Or is it like classified pictures I can't see?
It's this one.
Oh! Fat.
Yeah.
Looks chunky.
Okay. Okay, it typically has an air crew of 4, however, sometimes not the full crew is used. And because I think it was specifically doing like some training stuff, it may have been only 2 people were in it. I don't know. But then I saw someone who's doing stuff on it and like acting like it was an F-18,
Uh-huh.
which is actually a fighter, but that's a completely different aircraft again. So I have no idea what it was.
But it was
But that was they were like doing touch and go pilot training. Something went wrong. They bailed out, and like a fisherman picked them up and then passed them over to the Coast Guard.
And then they got fired in the chest 18
No.
times in 1911.
No. In other news, there was a Texas pet microchipping company that apparently abruptly shut down this week, which resulted in its database of tagged pets becoming inaccessible. Which is, suboptimal.
Yes.
Because all those people, basically all of Texas was told, by the way, guys, double check with like your vet, that the microchip on your pet is still readable. Because if it's not, you'll need to like get a new one or get new data put onto it. So in other news, Fox News this week published an article promoting straight marriage, where they included a photo from a lesbian wedding. Well done, Fox News. In other news, Norfolk Southern had a derailment again, where they spilled corn syrup and ethanol.
Uh-huh.
And then there was a different derailment, I don't know if it was Norfolk Southern or if it was someone else, up in Maine, where the derailment was caused reportedly by a beaver dam.
Beaver dam. Okay.
The next piece of news is we go to the Middle East. But not for politics this time. Not for geopolitics. Don't worry. That's later. Where the aircraft carrier USS Harry S. Truman was involved in a collision. Someone touched America's boat.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Stinky.
It was involved in a collision with a bulk carrier just north of the Suez Canal. With significant but minor damage reported on both vessels, with the U.S. carrier suffering an above-water hull breach to a starboard hull sponson near one of the ship's aircraft elevators, which potentially might interfere with the functioning of that elevator. While the bulk carrier suffered damage to its upper starboard hull and one of its cargo hatches. Both ships were able to safely depart the area under their own power. The collision occurred just before midnight local time, which is one of the things that likely contributed to this collision. The other thing is that apparently, and we're able to see this because we have the records for this, the American aircraft carrier and its escort were not transmitting on the automatic information system, thus meaning they didn't automatically populate on people's charts. So it's basically the naval equivalent of flying without your transponder on. Or for cars, it's like if they were driving down the road on the highway at night and they had their headlights off. But it's like they did have their running lights on, but the thing with that is, apparently, aircraft carriers are noted as being really, really weird to look at with their running lights only. Because I'm gonna need to explain some ship stuff here. The way ships see each other at night is they don't use headlights because that's inefficient. I'm pulling up a diagram if I can. Yeah. Basically, this is a good diagram for this. Ships have a set of running lights, which I've just put in images, the diagram of it. Where they've got 2 white lights, a green light, and a red light. Which allows you, if you see these things, can tell where the ship is and what direction it's moving. Generally, these will put a white light at the front, a white light at the back, and then a green light on the starboard and a red light on the port side. Then you might want to put that in images, Jimmy, from images onto the stream for explanation purposes to the chat. Now, the thing with aircraft carriers that makes them particularly confusing to look at is oftentimes they'll have extra lights from like stuff going around on deck or whatever. But also, aircraft carriers, the bridge and the superstructure tower, isn't centered. Which means their running lights, the red and green running lights, aren't centered either.
Uh-huh.
Combined with them just generally having a kind of weird shape, makes reportedly a bunch of maritime people said, yeah, aircraft carriers are just really weird to look at. Additionally, it should be noted that due to where the collision happened, there was a bunch of anchorages around of ships waiting to go through the Suez Canal, who all also had their lights on, meaning there was a whole bunch of random lights all over the place, making it hard to tell what's going on in general.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Ryu.
Hi, Ryu.
Ryu's a jet.
First to watch Roomba of Thought on the big screen. I'm cold and every out of the brewer. What? What do you mean by that?
Are you streaming it to your TV, Ryu?
We're on the TV.
That's kind of funny.
Right, I'm big.
We're on the big screen.
Yeah, but like the end result of this is, from my understanding, is it's looking like it was an accident. It was the American ships were doing shit wrong for some reason.
No, on my whole room. You are the Roomba.
Roomba of Thought.
Almost Roomba of
The
Thought.
American aircraft carriers having to return to port for repairs. Which potentially means it needs to go all the way back to the US East Coast.
Good luck.
Because apparently the US doesn't have forward service capabilities for that kind of stuff for the carriers, because they're so big.
Wait, but isn't the Suez Canal somewhere in like fucking...
What was that, Jimmy?
Where was the Canal of Suez again?
It's in Egypt. It's the Suez Canal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the canal.
Okay, so it is what I'm thinking. What it is. It's the canal
Isn't there
between the
also
Red
the
Sea and the
Evergreen got
Mediterranean
stuck?
Sea.
Yeah, it's where the Ever Given got stuck.
Yeah.
Step boat, I'm stuck.
But yeah, just
Absolute tomfoolery.
there was a bump and things got damaged and they need to go get fixed. Which might take a while.
Makes sense.
Moving on. Jimmy,
Yes.
setting up your dad for Discord.
Oh yeah, so, be me, minding my own business. Sister calls me downstairs. She's like, yo, prepare these, like, coffee machines. While she's talking to Dan, like, where are you talking to him from? Like, WhatsApp? He's like, nope, Discord. I'm like, oh. So he has Discord now. Like, is she like, yep. Be me, again, Friday. Big Depresso. Don't want to explain why. Actually, Thursday, sorry. Just doing nothing, laying on bed. And it's like, asks Dad, hey Dad, want me to set you up Discord on your PC? He's like, yes. Set it up with him. Ask him, hey Dad, do you want me to get you, your gnome from World of Warcraft as your profile picture? He's like, yes, but I don't know where it is. Start looking for it. Find it. Send it to my sister. From my father's... No, actually, send it to my WhatsApp account from his WhatsApp account that is set up on his PC. From there, send it to Discord, to his account, open his account, which was already on his PC, and set his profile picture up there. So yes, my dad now has Discord too. So, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to tell you that happened. So, yeah.
Discord has happened.
Moving on, Bolt.
Yes.
Since you rarely speak, I'm making you speak. Power World versus Nintendo copyright patent issue. You have something written down
Yes.
there, and what I read was
Yes.
good news, and I like hearing good news. So hit me with it.
Yeah, so I was just browsing stuff and I saw, there was stuff with the, so So I just thought like, oh yeah, U.S. rejected 22 out of the 23 patents that were filed in U.S. Stuff. So the only one that was granted was actually the one that was already granted, the one with capturing creatures with devices. But everything else from the 23, no.
Let's go!
They just said no.
Less leverage for Nintendo! Pocket Pair W!
Nintendo gets their ass kicked when it comes to
Nintendo L, let's go! I love Nintendo, but god damn it! They get what they fucking deserve! But yeah, I love hearing that. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I guess Nintendo has less things to go with leverage. Speaking of Nintendo and Pokemon, Ooh! The Pokemon Company posted a tweet, 13th of February 2025 at 7 p.m. that reads, "Our thoughts are with those affected by the recent wildfires in Southern California. To support relief efforts in the region, the Pokemon Company Group is making an immediate monetary donation of $500,000 to its partner at Global Giving in support of the California Wildfire Relief Fund. This will be in conjunction with another $500,000 donation paid by Niantic to non-profit organizations also providing aid to communities in Southern California." And so yeah, Pokemon and Niantic both in total aided $1 million, dun 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 dun, to support the people that have been affected by the wildfires in California. So, Pokemon W. We go from a Nintendo L to a Pokemon W. We love to see that.
Anyway, next up, the Kraft Mac and Cheese class action lawsuit.
Huh.
Please fill me in.
A class action lawsuit has been filed against Kraft Mac and Cheese, and a judge has declined to dismiss the lawsuit. The lawsuit is over false advertising.
Oh?
Specifically violations of the Illinois Consumer Fraud and Deceptive Practices Act, the California Consumer Legal Remedies Act, and the Unfair Competition Law and New York General Business Law, as well as just common law fraud and unjust enrichment. Basically, they're arguing the class action lawsuit is that the box advertises as no artificial preservatives, and they're arguing no, it has artificial preservatives in it.
Huh?
You can't say there's no or not something when it has a ton of it.
Yeah. Kraft is arguing no, these preservatives are natural. It's like, no, these are artificial versions of it is what you're using. And the judge is like, just because they're found in nature doesn't mean they're necessarily natural, so...
Makes a good point.
So yeah, Kraft Mac and Cheese is getting class action lawsuited over false advertising.
If you've ever eaten Kraft macaroni and cheese, you know what to do.
So I can add
Get your
myself
bag.
to it. Let's go.
Get your bag.
That's so silly. That is so silly. Also, I say that jokingly, but I've actually eaten Kraft mac and cheese.
Yep.
I have been to Land of the Free before.
Yep.
When I was but a child.
Moving on. Mango Mussolini has sicked Elon Musk and Doge on the Pentagon.
Oh
Alright.
boy.
I'm gonna have to go. Just because I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Alright. Have nice
Alright.
food.
Talk to you guys later. I will try to have D&D, but I'll let you know in about an hour or so because my parents were talking about heading out somewhere.
Okay.
Alright.
Noted.
Later, lads.
Bye bye.
Bye
Cross my fingers that happens because I miss doing D&D with Mina and
You.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
So yeah,
Darius.
Doge has been sicked on the Pentagon.
Just want to say real
Now.
quickly, Darius, if you want, to know, you can actually watch us play Pokemon D&D over at twitch.tv/Minute Raichu. Go follow her right now. She deserves it. She's a great artist and an even better human being. I love her so much. She deserves a lot of great things. Okay?
Among Us.
Sususamukush.
So some
But yeah, go follow me now. Okay, maybe you can keep going on.
Oh god, I have a funny name for the golf. But yeah, continue on.
So, Elon Musk and Doge have been sicked at the Pentagon. Now, on the one hand, if they're gonna do cuts anywhere to actually affect the U.S. budget, the Pentagon's like kind of where you have to do it. Let's be real. It's like all the things Elon's been sicked at so far. Is like, oh yeah, that's like their total budget is like 0.5% of the U.S. budget, 1%, 0.25%. That's what Elon's been going after so far. But the Pentagon's actually like one of the things is a huge portion of it. However, Elon Musk is established to have no idea what he's doing when it comes to anything related to the Pentagon. True, or anything for that matter, Mom. There's also the fact that, you know, Elon Musk's companies have multiple contracts with the Pentagon. Including, apparently, it recently came out that there's been a contract for armored Cybertrucks.
Armored
Why?
Cybertruck?
Yeah, armored Cybertrucks. For the military.
If your entire equipment changes to Cybertrucks, then rest in peace to USA military.
I don't even know what the hell they do. What would be the point of that?
Catch on fire. You
That's
use
just
them
the
as
future.
moving grenades. You
That
just
is
set them
the
on fire and throw
Advanced
them at people.
Warfare. Advanced Warfare of 2030. It's going to be all Cybertrucks.
I can think of no purpose where you'd want an armored pickup truck, let alone a Cybertruck. For like for what the U.S. military does, there'd be there's no reason.
Armored flying Cybertruck. Oh, that would be vast.
No, there was actually a guy at the Pentagon for a while who was absolutely convinced that the M113 armored personnel carrier they could make it fly.
What?
I'm not making that up. That was a real thing someone at the Pentagon thought they could do.
How about we make that thing fly, guys?
Anyway. And finally, before we get into Russia, the president of Argentina, pulls or was involved in the pulling of a meme coin scam.
That is not very messy of him.
Yeah. It's like he promoted like a meme coin, and then like within 24 hours, the pump got dumped.
Damn.
And he like
That's
tried to
cool.
like distance himself from it, like saying he got tricked by it. It was like,
Oh, okay.
this is gonna be when the freaking Trump coin eventually they sell that. The same thing's gonna happen with him too.
So presidents
Just
these
watch.
days do meme coin scams instead of trying to help their own country. So yeah. That
Yeah.
sounds about right, yeah.
Mhm. Anyway, this brings us to Russia. Well, we're gonna start with some Russia adjacent things first. So first of all, Sudan has reportedly worked on finalizing a deal to allow Russia to build a naval base in Africa on its territory, in Sudan. Probably because the Sudanese government needs help because Sudan's devolved into civil war again. And Russia needs a new base between itself and West Africa because Syria told them to fuck off.
Yep.
I wonder how long it's gonna be until Sudan tells them to fuck off. In other news, Germany. Germany. The German Navy reported acts of sabotage had been carried out against multiple German warships.
What's
Now,
one of the other ones?
the spokesperson didn't say who was responsible, but they did warn of the danger of Moscow conducting hybrid warfare in literally the same press conference. It was like literally the next paragraph.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, they didn't say who did it, but they said who did it. That's like not even reading between the lines. It's reading line 1 and then reading line 2.
Basically, yeah. Just have to know how to read.
It's understanding what a chapter break means. Anyway. But now get to the proper Russian news segment. So, starting us off, there have been reports that Putin is preparing to draft another 100,000 troops. Because, of course, they're getting ready to make peace, of course.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
As Bengo Mussolini keeps saying.
Uh-huh.
Any day now, there'll be peace in our time. Though, let's be real, Mango Mussolini going peace in our time, it's gonna be either Neville Chamberlain or Ultron. No in between, let's be real. There was an incident this week where a Russian tank commit hit and run against a Russian supply truck, where they killed and maimed many of the Russians who were in the back of said truck. It's like, they're committing hit and run in tanks against themselves. What? A suspected Russian Shadow Fleet tanker sank in St. Petersburg following multiple explosions in the engine room during engine startup. Because Russian boat laughing gif. Ukraine this week, their casualty estimates for Russian losses reached another milestone this week. 10,000 tanks. Which is a obscene number, but based on the data we have, it is actually a possible number. Because before the war, between active service and vehicles in deep storage, because the Soviet Union never got rid of anything, they just put in a yard somewhere, Russia was estimated to have about 17,000 tanks in total. And we've been seeing for a while now Russia pulling out tanks from the 1950s, so it is plausible that they've actually lost that many. There was a picture I saw this week of a Russian soldier posing for the camera on camelback.
What?
A Russian soldier riding on the back of a camel, posing for the camera. Because the donkeys we talked about last week apparently weren't enough.
No, they need camels. Okay.
Just... They've got people riding camels in the plains of Ukraine in 2025.
They should get bicycles.
No, they'd get stuck in the mud.
They should get.
And they do have like dirt bikes and stuff that they go around and commit frontal assaults on and get shot by a machine gun and die.
I thought they get the Cybertruck bicycle.
No, that's Chechnya who has that. The commander of what is known as the Russian Volunteer Corps
Uh-huh.
went to like social media and said Russia may wage war in Ukraine for another 10 years because Moscow doesn't care about losses.
10 years. If that country stays for that long, okay, yeah. If Russia can keep that for that
Yeah.
long, okay.
In totally unrelated news, reportedly Russia has been offering, quote, reconstruction work in the occupied areas of Ukraine, been offering these jobs to Central Asian migrants before immediately turning around and handing these migrants AK-47s and shoving them into a trench. Or just flat out shoving them into the machine gun. Because that's just what Russia does. Because they're assholes like that. The frickin' Russian government. The mafia state. Reportedly, Russia has begun sending wounded soldiers to North Korean hospitals.
What?
Russia.
North Korean hospitals.
Yeah.
It's over. It's so over. It's so over.
It has been for a minute. Let's be honest.
Bro, it's so over.
The Russian military has begun construction of basically a big coke cage tunnel over one of the major logistical routes to try and protect its logistics trucks. They're basically going along this entire road and stringing up just miles-long anti-drone nets.
Because why not?
The tunnel of coke. Also this week, though, Mango Mussolini began making his video calls to Putin and Zelensky, not at the same time. And then Trump posted about it on social media, as he does. And this has resulted in... The way he spoke was very confusing to a lot of people, because Trump cannot speak coherently. And also, he was saying conflicting things.
Uh-huh.
Many, based on what he said, were worried he's selling out Ukraine. Just immediately. With at least one Ukraine war doomer on the situation commentating that Trump has effectively surrendered to Putin before negotiations even began. Though Zelensky also put out a statement on the talks, and he seems to be more positive on the situation, which has led other commentators to note that Trump seems to be simultaneously acting like he's going for both sides, and their theory is he's acting cagey because MAGA is insane.
Uh-huh.
So what they basically managed to parse through the nonsense he says to try and figure out what he's actually saying, and it's like he's like framing it as U.S. support for Ukraine, framed as, quote, securing our money in the form of rare earth deals he wants to sign with Ukraine, like mineral rights. But that would require Ukraine to win to have those mineral rights for him to get. So it's like it's basically he's 1984 double speaking, and nobody's able to understand him. And not just because Trump is insane, but also because he's just making no sense.
Because he is.
Yeah. In other news, a Russian drone struck the Chernobyl sarcophagus.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
This resulted in a rupture of the outer wall of the sarcophagus, and it started a fire. The fire was quickly extinguished. Zelensky, in a statement, said, quote, "The damage to the shelter is significant." And, you know, because there is damage to the Chernobyl sarcophagus, a radioactive leak is possible. But the monitoring Ukraine does on it indicates, at least as of now, there's been no significant leakage. This is likely in part by my theorization of my knowledge of the Chernobyl sarcophagus, because the Chernobyl sarcophagus is actually two different structures. There was the original sarcophagus constructed immediately after the Chernobyl disaster, which then they went later, Ukraine independently built a new sarcophagus, which they then put over the existing sarcophagus. So it was the outer sarcophagus that was damaged. So they're obviously going to have to fix that because, there's damage to the Chernobyl sarcophagus, and it's, Chernobyl.
Yes. Big bad idea.
Russia's too stupid to boil water moment. There's been a bunch of theorizing on why this happened, but some people being it's just Russia being incompetent. Some people are like this was like intentional, as like a saber rattling, being like, oh, if Ukraine doesn't give us everything we want, there's gonna be disasters happening. Oh no! It's being like, oh, yeah. Now look what you made me do. Being like causing a nuclear fallout without deploying a nuclear weapon. Some people are like, oh no, it's just Russia being fucking stupid. But both are equally likely. Gonna be honest. In other news, the Munich conference, not to be confused with the Munich conference. This is specifically the annual Munich Security Conference, not to be confused with the historical Munich conference that resulted in Hitler just being given Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Peace in our time. We don't know too much about it, but there was, as part of it, Ukraine peace talks. Zelensky seems to imply that things went very well regarding U.S. and NATO support. There's also no evidence Russia even bothered to show up.
Doesn't surprise. Does that surprise anyone? Let's be honest.
No.
Exactly.
So hopefully, eventually, this is gonna get beat into Trump's head. It's like, yeah, Russia isn't. They're not even coming to the negotiating table. They forget negotiating in good faith. They're not even coming to the table at all. So hopefully that'll get it through his head that that's not gonna work. So he'll come in and actually give good support. Which seemingly it has started to get into his head because he's done his own like counter saber rattle. First, he has authorized the deployment of additional troops to Poland as a deterrent/threat to Russia. And then we have a statement by the U.S. Defense Secretary saying something on behalf of Mango Mussolini. Specifically, this was basically a direct threat to Russia. And it relates to basically fully walking back the Budapest Memorandum and giving Ukraine back nukes.
Fair.
Which, violates several treaties, and is overall very dangerous. However, this is it's not gonna happen. But it's almost certainly more of a statement of intent and a threat to try and strong-arm Russia to actually come to the negotiating table. Because, Russia is like, oops, we accidentally hit the Chernobyl sarcophagus. If this war keeps going, this could happen again, and we don't want that. So Ukraine should just surrender. And America's like, sure. if this keeps going and there's no progress, well, you obviously aren't going to accept us coming back in there to actually uphold the Budapest Memorandum. So, we might as well just tear it up and just completely undo it and just give them back what got taken from them. Which is, kind of spooky, but it would actually give Ukraine some security, in theory. But we'll see. Hopefully this ends peacefully and things just get resolved and things turn out well, but that's unlikely. And then we do actually have a little bit of Middle East geopolitics stuff. Reportedly, Trump and Netanyahu, the fascist buddies, reportedly had a talk of some kind and reached a, quote, understanding when it comes to Iran. Specifically relating to the Iran nuclear deal, which, if I remember right, we had, and then Trump tore up last time he was in office, and now he's trying to make a new one. Because... Basically, it was like, if no deal is reached at some arbitrary deadline, the U.S. isn't gonna object if Israel takes, quote, steps.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't think peace is returning to the Middle East anytime soon.
Oh no, oh no.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But that reaches the end of the idea box.
I got an as of.
Nice.
Yeah, well, so for those curious, lately you've been seeing footage of Minecraft, technically Pixelmon, on Roombas because I'm joining a couple friends. She's currently streaming Pikachu 2000 UIT, and my goal currently right now is finding a shaman. A goal
Need to find the hedgehog.
that I've not been able to fulfill in like 3 months of constantly going to a flower forest when the time to spawn in a legendary is close enough. I've got a Meloetta, and I just got an Azelf, and I've also encountered Berisians nearby, which aren't even in flower forests, those are in birch forests. And it's just like, pain. They've literally, like, the Spaniards are, like, they have so much pity for me. They literally tried to spawn one in and trick me into catching it, seeing as it was the legendary. Unlikely for them, I caught them twice on the act. You remember wondering, why didn't you accept the shaman? It's like, that doesn't feel right.
It's a hacked shaman. It's banned in competitive play. It'll get me disqualified.
Exactly, it's a hacked shaman. But even then, this is Pixelmon. Competitive doesn't work here.
Yeah, I know what memeing.
Yeah. But it's just like, it doesn't feel right. I wanted to spawn. I want to see the text shaman spawn in a flower forest and catch it. Currently, I'm fishing because I'm trying to fish up 10 ink sacs, which is a really low chance. But because I have a no luck at the sea fishing rod, it should be higher. I need ink sacs because there's no way in hell I'm getting, I can't kill squids, and I'm not going to hunt for tentacles. Because fuck that noise. But, yeah. I guess it's time for, if no one else has anything that they might have encountered during the Roomba. That is in the God of War life-size plush, which we've talked about before. Pretty sure last week.
Actually, there's one other thing maybe that could be mentioned, because Civilization 7 came out. And apparently on Steam, Civilization 6 still has higher player count.
Wow.
Because they really messed with the formula for 7, and nobody liked that.
Damn.
they put out like some of their reasoning, and it's good reasoning at least in theory, because apparently they have data that's like, yeah, like only like 40% of players for Civilization 6 actually ever finished a full game, which tells them, all right, there's something wrong with the formula. We'll try and spice it up and make it faster, get the more of the parts that people seem to enjoy, less of the parts that people seem to not enjoy. And apparently didn't work very well,
That's unfortunate.
which kind of sucks, because they have some really interesting things. Like they disconnected the leaders from the civilizations.
What do you mean by that?
The leaders are no longer. So in previous games, you have like Gandhi, who is the leader of India.
Yes.
You've got like your Teddy Roosevelt of America, both versions of him, and so on and so forth. But now you've got your leader, who gives you your leader bonus for the game. But then you've got the civilization, and you can pick any civilization with any leader.
Huh?
And the other thing they did is, because of that, they were able to put leader characters in who weren't traditionally the kind of people who'd be leaders. They'd be like great people, maybe. Like, one of the leaders you can play as Machiavelli. If you know who that is. Ben Franklin is one of the leaders. You've also got like your standards like Napoleon and such. You've got Caesar. And then it's also you split the game into 3 eras, and in each era you play as a different civ.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah. And like at the start of each era, a lot of the stuff kind of resets. So it's also you can't snowball as much. I mean, you still snowball, but it's kind of breaks up the snowballing a bit. So you can't get as far behind, but you also can't get as far as ahead. Like there's a lot of things that like individually are like really cool ideas, but just generally it seems to be that people aren't a big fan of the execution of it.
Yeah, idea's cool, execution not so much, right?
Yeah. Maybe people come around to it, maybe they won't, I don't know. We'll see.
Only
Believe
time
me,
will
with the
tell.
updates, it will work out again. It's always like that lately.
Yeah. Anyway, other than that, I don't really have anything else I'd want to say or talk about, really.
Then I think the only thing we can really ask then is recommendation for the week.
Okay, who wants to start? I guess it's me. Okay, so this week I recommend a film. I believe it's a movie. I believe it's from 2015, the older one, but still one, in my opinion, a very good movie. It's called Legend. It's about the Grey Twins, if you know about them. They were like English gangsters in the 1960s. Very notorious. And both of the twins are played by Tom Hardy.
Wait, both
So
of
like, yeah, both. Like he plays both twins in the same movie.
That's funny.
And you have like one of the twins is more like calculating, intelligent, and he's careful about the steps, and the other one is just he says what he wants to say and he just doesn't give a fuck. And it is just an insane synergy.
So,
Yeah, it's
Oh,
fuck
that's
with both.
interesting.
But yeah, it's based on like true things, true happenings. It's about the Grey Twins. They were like a big criminal family. I don't know if it was probably in London, yeah. Yeah, it was in London. I don't know which side, was it East End or something? I don't exactly know like the district where it was, where they like focused on, but yeah. It's about them. And so yeah, if you want to have a fun movie about 2 twins gangsters that are completely different from each other, go ahead and watch it.
I just found something. Opened up my news app. Apparently, the U.S. State Department has cut a line on one of its pages. It drops with the website wording on not supporting Taiwan's independence from China.
Huh?
Yeah, just disgusting, brother.
Which is a bunch of Taiwan
Bullshit.
China political nonsense.
A bunch of bullshit.
Trump plans to attend NASCAR's Daytona 500 for the second time as president. Alright.
The Codis Axtatis is a bunch of bullshit.
Uh,
So anyone else a recommendation of the week or?
So yesterday, Octo was going to watch a movie.
Cool.
And we watched a Marvel movie. Oh my god,
A
words.
Marvel movie, yeah?
Which is
Which
one?
one?
I never watched before. Shang-Chi and the
Ten
Legend
Rings.
of the Ten Rings, yeah. So I was streaming when I watched this movie. So I watched the movie through subtitles, basically. Pretty good movie, though. I liked it.
I heard it's cool, yeah.
Elon Musk says X is revealing a new version of Grok.
Ugh,
Their shitty chatbot.
fucking, yeah, AI, you. Oh my god, wait, no, fucking, the game. I'm innocent here, though. I'll move it for next week. I'll look for next week. I wanted to have everyone here for that. But basically, what it would have been is we have to describe the other four, in our opinion, with one adjective.
Bro, that's hard.
Exactly.
Like,
So
it's hard. No, it's hard for me because I don't know much about Bolt or Mina.
fair enough.
But I guess like okay, mine will be basically quite surface level.
Again, fair enough.
But yeah, I know already one for Jimmy. I know a few actually.
Oh
I know a few
boy.
joke ones. I know a few ones that
It would be
fit, I know-
more on the serious side.
more on the serious. Yeah, I mean the fact. Okay, I won't say anything anymore.
It's funny because this came to me when I was doing the what's it called, the job
Saves
thing.
the country, it's not illegal, quote Donald Trump.
By the
That's
way,
not how that works.
By the way, I signed up for 2 job interviews at that thing. I only got to do one. They ran out of time for the second one.
Yeah,
So fuck me, I guess.
I guess.
A bolt.
Yeah.
Any recommendations?
Any recommendations? I think I do have one.
Also, Bolt, I hope you know that we can see that you're muted.
Yes. I know.
Okay.
You've told me this before.
Okay.
When I don't have anything to say, I might as well. Anyway, recommendation that you were trying to get at me. I do have one for you. Beastie Ball.
Beastie Ball.
Yes.
Name sounds familiar.
I will type the. Hold on. There.
Yes. The Department of Justice, to deal with the extremely backlogged immigration court, has fired 20 judges.
Of course.
Of course, why not?
So, is it like, I assume it's a creature collector? Oh, yeah, it's the volleyball creature collector.
Oh, it's the volleyball thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
it's a turn-based volleyball RPG where you
That
coach a
sounds
sport team
actually
of
cool.
creatures.
Trust me,
Yes.
it is.
It has cute art style.
Well, so it's a volleyball team.
Yes, but with
Yes,
creatures
you do
instead of
build
humans.
one, actually, yeah.
Creature Haikyuu, let's go!
Creature
Haikyuu
IQ.
is the volleyball.
Classified data posted on Doge website.
Oh boy. Of course, doesn't surprise me at all. At this point, I just don't know what to think about what that. Sorry.
Honestly, when it comes to American news, I swear to God, I have no idea anymore what to say towards them.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just listening to what you say because it's just like
every
this
time
is like
I read the
worse
news
than in
in the morning,
simulations.
I'm like, how is this possible?
Yeah, it feels like we're living in a simulation and not in real life. But nope,
Basically,
this is real life.
every time I read them, this happens before GTA 6, bro. Crazy.
Every single one of these shits happens before GTA 6.
Yeah, because the meme starts now to get quite big. It's the year now where it releases.
Yep.
Hopefully. But yeah.
Abortions to resume in Missouri after a judge blocks restrictions.
Let's go.
Rare Missouri W.
Missouri. What was the nickname of Missouri again? Its special name? Didn't have one?
In other news, there's a measles outbreak in Texas.
Measles, okay.
Which measles was eradicated from this country, and then the anti-vax nonsense.
I guess now it's time.
Their worst outbreak in 3 decades, with nearly 50 cases reported.
50 cases. That's a lot for an eradicated sickness or virus or whatever.
Yep. Okay. I just found a random.
And Utah's
wild
governor
espion.
signed the collective bargaining ban for the public sector.
That's kind
For
of...
teachers, firefighters, and police unions, they're not allowed to do collective bargaining.
The hell?
So, yep, not working in Utah.
Also, aren't the people in Utah gonna be able to put up the NAZ, the NAZ flags, but LGBTQ plus flags are gonna be banned?
Oh, my mom just commented on the Utah banning the collective bargaining for teachers, firefighters, and police unions. Based on how the logic they used for it, it should logically also ban political parties, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, then.
But,
just
that's
ban
not
the
gonna happen.
Republicans. Ban everyone.
Apparently, the Pope signed a bunch of bourbon bottles in Kentucky, which were then auctioned off for charity.
Based Pope. I got an Espion. I got the Carby. Actually, no, Carby's female. That's male Espion. But I got a random Espion. Shout out Espion. I love Espion. But is
Uber is suing DoorDash.
Sorry, what?
Uber sues DoorDash, accusing its food delivery rival of inflating costs and anti-competitive business practices.
But they do two completely different things. What?
Oh no, because Uber has Uber Eats.
Right. I forgot about that. I 100% forgot about Uber Eats. Thought it was completely...
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, we have a certain, like, apps where we can order food, and I don't even know which is in America.
Oh, we have Luigi news.
Oh?
Luigi news, okay.
Luigi has apparently made a statement. He expressed being, quote, overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written to me to share their stories and express their support.
Oh,
End quote.
Let's go, Luigi.
Noted that the support received has transcended political, racial, and class divisions, with letters coming from across the country and globe.
Yeah.
The statement was posted on a website created by his legal defense team to counter misinformation and provide updates on his legal case.
Honestly, I feel bad for the man. It's like the watch out, he's a hero moment, but it's like, yep, he's a hero, but he's in jail. So, EA, question mark, I don't fucking know at this point. But yeah, hopefully we can get this man back on the streets.
Oh, that will be a long way, man.
I'm gonna reset Minecraft. It's going a little wonky. So I think that's everything, right?
Trump calls for withholding federal money for schools and colleges that require COVID vaccines.
God damn it. Can we just stop touching the schools? The children need education. They can't become the adults that are now.
Oh, remember that the head of the healthcare department is RFK Jr. and he is anti-vax.
His uncle will be so just disappointed in him.
Vance met the leader of the AFD in Munich.
Oh yeah, we did.
What?
Oh, apparently after visiting a Holocaust museum at one of the old concentration camps, then proceed to go meet with the AFD.
Yeah, and it's like basically saying, hey, there could be also Europe, make Europe great again movement there, and the AFD is basically one of the biggest parties that could do that. So yeah, but fuck the AFD and fuck for what they stand for. But sadly, there's the so-called East of Germany, so they have votes. Because
the White House has limited the Associated Press's access to Oval Office and Air Force One.
Air Force One, what the hell?
Because because Mango Man didn't like their reporting on the Gulf of America nonsense. He's also apparently considering paving over the grass in the Rose Garden on the White House property. Replace it with a patio like Mar-a-Lago has. Apparently, he doesn't like touching grass.
No, bro, he's just like sitting and eating fast food and talking bullshit.
Yeah.
So is this the end of the Roomba of the day, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to look for something to raid, but it's like me just keep going.
I mean, I have to go soon anyway, so.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so we have nothing else, right? Well, I'm just gonna end the stream for today then. No raid, no nothing. Just end it here for today. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Next week onwards, we'll probably also be back to regular schedules for stream. Except, you know, we finished Final Fantasy VI, yippee. So Friday will now be... Yep, I beat Kefka. I definitely didn't have 4 people at level 80 just spamming Ultima throughout most of the fight. I didn't actually just overlevel by accident just trying to get a specific item that sounded cool in idea, which was an item that reduced your MP to 1. Neat. Technically, it wasn't going to happen like that, but because they were going so well on time, they just decided to do the extra part of the World of Ruin. Which I find it to be kind of funny.
Golden moment.
But yeah, this is gonna be everything for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Jimmy, with me, the usual Roomba cast. So until then, bye bye.
See.